This three-bean casserole is dumb.
Scooby-Doo-Bop-Biddy-Bop-Bop! I'm so sorry, babe. I hadn't tasted him yet.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Looking forward to, you know. Like,
don't talk about the ingredients. I know. Yeah.
After, it's just a surprise for your mouth.
yeah.
Welcome back to Thinking Critical. This is Wes, and it's time for another comic book review. Today I'm covering Superman 28, the finale of Bendis on the title. Obviously, we know the new creative team. I covered that yesterday or the day before. All positive. I'm excited for the new direction of Superman. But we do have some house cleaning to get in order. We got to talk about Bendis' final issue on Superman 28. And I'll be honest, this is a very bad comic book. When Bendis and Ivan Reis introduced Synmar and the new villain and, you know, the concept of Synmar and Synmar Utopic or whatever it is, it seemed interesting. It didn't feel like it was executed at the highest level, but it had promise. It never met the promise that it possibly could have had. This is a very poor ending for the series. It goes out on a really sappy, boring, stupid note, and I'll definitely get to that. But there are some fundamental issues with the narrative and the execution of this comic book, and really just has been the case since Ivan Reis came on Superman. Just wastes such terrific art. Like Ivan Reis's Superman comics were absolutely well executed, delivered in pristine, beautiful condition, and Brian Michael Bendis kind of vomited words all over him and ruined all these beautiful pictures that should have been the backbone or the framework of an amazing Superman run. And it just never worked out for him. Definitely not the best effort from Bendis. He's probably glad he's leaving the series at this point, just like we are. You know, I'm sure by this point he's realized it just never worked. It was not the character for him. It seemed like an odd fit to begin with, and it certainly was. There was a few issues at the beginning of Man of Steel that showed some promise, but after that, you know, it's kind of been all downhill from there. Now, I am going to get more into Bendis' run, kind of what it all means. On Sunday, I'm having Dylan come onto the channel from the Real Comic Book Gamer. Huge Superman fan. We'll discuss that. You know, where does Superman go from here? What do we hope that Philip Kennedy Johnson, the creative team, can do with that? But that is not today. We're going to talk about Superman 28, the finale of Bendis on the series. Now, before I get into all the details, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Give us a thumb down if you don't. Either way, I want to know your thoughts on Superman 28. Did Bendis nail the landing for you? Was he always doing a good job on Superman? Do you completely disagree with my assessment on Bendis' execution of narrative and just terrible dialogue? Did you like it? It's always fun to disagree. Just because you disagree, I don't think you're stupid or anything like that. We just have a fundamental disagreement about what we want from our Superman comic. Now let's get into the details. I'm not going to talk so much about the art. Ivan Reis kicks ass. His art's beautiful, and it's wasted in the story, in my opinion. But this is, you know, this is the second page of the comic, and I think this is supposed to get us caught up. When I remember, Symar showed up on Earth to attack Superman, and he tried to communicate with him, but they couldn't communicate, and he drew him to his home planet, which has an orange sun instead of a yellow sun, which was causing Superman some discomfort, but they were finally able to communicate, and that's kind of where we are. And I think this dialogue is supposed to catch us up on kind of what's happening, but I've been so confused. Like, the Synmar created this special race of warriors to potentially combat Superman, but something happened along the way. I'm just not sure what it was. Let's see if we can read this and figure it out. I was dumbfounded the first time I met. This is the second time. I imagine I'm going to be dumbfounded again. Now, remember, these are two different characters that look almost exactly alike. I don't even know which one is the bad guy. Is there a bad guy in this? I think he might be the good guy. Kind of. This is in the now. We are looking directly into our penal pocket out past the Beirut dunes. After our house broke into civil war, our Utopica, that's his name, instead of helping, travel all the way to Earth to pick a fight with their greatest warrior. Andy brought this Superman back here in commemoration. It's also very bad. No one warned of this. I differ. There were many warnings. Okay. I don't see the connection to Superman. I don't see why this fight answers our unrest. I was in this hall when the idea of Superman first was discussed. Synmar Utopica was created in defense of Superman's coming threat. In that regard, all of Synmar was triumphant, and our ways found to be galactically superior even to a thriving Krypton. You sound mad. Synmar society is falling down as the strong touch of the Utopica is unleashed around the planet. With no tether to us or our ways, he is taking over our world. How's he doing that? No clue. It's never really explained. From us, our Superman is broken and our world is failed. This isn't our biggest problem. I beg to differ. Earth Superman is part of a larger collective, some kind of united planets. He is part of a Justice League. That means they search for his light. If Utopica would do even the slightest amount of research into Earth and its society, there would be an understanding of this Superman, really one of the leaders of the humans, is very popular. Well, he is popular. The other Earth humans, uniters, may already be on their way. I say we give Synmar Utopica what he wants, and in return, we get him to get Superman out of here and put all this in our histories. That is not our way. Give Synmar Utopica what he wants. None of this is our way. Our ways have fallen. Is there nothing we can do about it? And this madness, Synmar Utopica brings back galactic trophies to threaten and taunt us with. Taunt? No. What the hell's going on? So I guess Synmar Utopica was not an idea. It's actually the dude. I thought Utopica was just like the idea of the perfect Synmar like society. But apparently it's the dude that went to Earth and brought Superman back. But apparently him bringing Superman back is destroying society and the whole planet. And it like sends him into this civil war. And I'm going to get to that. Why it's so confusing and none of it makes sense. Now, the biggest problem in this comic book, besides this very page, which is a travesty, this is a crime against comic books, is the narrative that goes on throughout. So apparently, Lana Lane has received the transcript for Lois Lane's book about Superman, and she's reading it in a podcast. And it's talking about how wonderful Superman is, and about how Lois Lane's mom asked her, what do you have to offer Superman? And then she goes on to explain that it's not the Earth's yellow sun that powers Superman. It's his need for humanity. And he needs us as much as we need him. Now, okay, I beg to differ that Superman needs us. But whatever. If that's how you want to see Superman, that's all fine and dandy. But this is going on. The entire time, there's this enormous conflict going on between Superman and the Utopica guy. And it's very confusing to begin with, but you're distracted by this stupid freaking podcast that makes, like, I've seen movies where the dramatic scene happens and there's a monologue that happens over it, and it makes it much more dramatic. But normally you know what's happening in that dramatic scene, and it's done. It's got, this soothing music, and maybe the scene slow down. It made it more confusing. What the hell is going on? So this was just terrible, a terrible choice as far as delivering the narrative on what Bendis and Lois Lane thinks are where Superman's power comes from. It was ridiculous and stupid, and it just made the reading experience that much worse, even worse than a normal Bendis Superman comic, which I personally believe is awful. This is one of his worst issues of Superman, period. And this has a large part to do with it. It's so bad. It's terrible. But getting back to the Civil War, apparently these gold guys are also Synmar, and I think they're these super powerful warriors, like the army maybe of the planet, and they're going to confront Synmar Utopica, the guy, but there's a bunch of characters that look exactly like Synmar Utopica. So are Synmar Utopica like an elite guard of Synmar warriors? I think it's just one guy, but I'm so confused. Do they look like these gold dudes, or are they these red-faced guys? But there's this big civil war going on because he's destroying and taking over the planet. But they also say that he brought Superman back to inspire the planet because they've lost their way. Is he the good guy or is he the bad guy? Why would he bring Superman back to inspire the planet if he was the bad guy that had overtaken the planet? Does anybody know why that happened? Like, can you make heads or tails of this? Because I couldn't. I got a freaking migraine just thinking about what the hell Bendis was trying to actually say in this comic book and make it seem, I don't like a story I could. I still don't know what happened. I don't know why he took over the planet. I don't know how he drove apart their society. Why would he bring Superman back to inspire the planet if he was enslaving it and wanting to destroy it? And I thought the orange sun affected Superman. In the last issue, they made it seem like the only reason they could communicate was because it had powered Superman down and he couldn't do stuff. But he's whooping Utopica's ass. I don't know what happened. I'm going to be honest. Maybe that's why I scored it so low. I'm so confused. And then at one point, he talks to the leader that looks like Utopica, but that character had a robe on, so at least you knew it wasn't that character. And I guess he needs the light, which put this halo thing around him. And then he asked for help, so they gave him gold shoulder pads and shin guards. And I guess that's all he needed, because he pounds him into the ground. What do the gold shoulder pads and shin guards do? I don't know. I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know. But he does beat him up and he does win. But it doesn't just like win-win. When he does that, the United Planet Brigade, led by a Thanagarian, show up, which makes no sense because the only people on the planet or in the galaxy that know the Synmar exists are the Thanagarians, and they hate each other. Like, they're blood rivals. Why is he leading the effort to come and intervene? And then no one else even knew that they were there, but apparently Crypto had phoned home and told him what was happening. Why aren't the Green Lanterns here? Aren't they the police of the whole galaxy? Are these guys the new Green Lanterns? Do they even have a job anymore? I don't know. But this guy makes no sense. Why is the Thanagarian dude showing up? Like, that'll just start another war, as far as I could tell. But I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I'm certain that I missed a lot of things in this comic book. But it wasn't very good. And then Supergirl shows up with Crypto, and it turns out that they saved him. Whatever. And then there's the last bit of story is just so stupid. It's like it's pandering to readers to go away with the positive feeling about the story, and it's just so sappy and stupid. And so Clark and Lois, they go up to this lady that apparently plays her guitar and sings at night in Metropolis. And they're like, I don't know if you know who I am, but I know who you are. And I love your music. I'm not always close to being home, but when I'm far away, I can hear you playing. And it always reminds me. It's like a beacon telling me to come home. So the only reason I know where home is because I love your music, bro. It's like, you know what I mean right here, bro? It's just so stupid. So stupid. And then I think Lois says Mary Poppins. So they fly in the air and like I think they dance underneath the moonlight while this girl sings her music, man. Her music, bro. It's all about the music. So stupid. The ending is probably worse than the narrative now that I think about it. This shouldn't be a 1.5 star comic. This should be a 1-star comic. The art's great, but everything else is bad. I feel bad for Bendis. By all accounts, he is a nice guy. He's a good ambassador for comics. But he is the absolute drizzling shits when it comes to Superman writer. And I think he just might not be a good writer anymore. You know, everybody has their peak. Sometimes you fall off that peak hard, and he's fallen hard. we'll see. It looks like he's the new Justice League writer. He's certainly going to continue on Legion of Superheroes. Maybe with less comics to write, he can up his game and the output quality will get higher. I have my doubts. I don't see it happening. I think he's a spent commodity. I don't think there's anything left in the tank. But at least he's got a fighting chance now that he doesn't have so many comics. He doesn't have Superman. He doesn't have Action Comics. He doesn't have Young Justice. He doesn't have his stupid creator-owned stuff. He doesn't have Leviathan to work on anymore. You know, the plate's been cleared out. He's got Justice League and he's got Legion of Superheroes. I hope he finds his voice again and he gets back to something resembling competence, because he's not really had it at DC Comics. His high note was Naomi. Obviously, that's going to be a CW series, and good for him. I hope he makes a lot of money off of it. But he's definitely built the shit out of DC Comics. Like, if they paid him more than like $100 a page for any of this, it was not money well spent. Like he did not earn his keep. I'm glad he's off Superman, even though he's a nice guy. Fuck it, get out of here. This is a great character. You did such a bad job, like terrible job. This is a fitting end to his run on Superman, because it's dog shit, just like his entire run on Superman really was. It was awful. I'm glad he's gone. I hope Philip Kennedy Johnson meets my high expectations and knocks it out of the park. He's going to have to do some work because, Bendis is leaving him with a pile of chicken shit, and he's going to have to make some chicken salad out of it, you know what I mean? Like, Superman's in a really bad state. He really ruined a lot of the good stuff that was left on the plate for him. Like, he just kind of wiped it all out, kind of wiped his ass with the character, in my opinion. But I'm going to get all of that on Sunday. This comic book sucks ass.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I would appreciate it very much. It helps us attract more views for the channel. Subscribe for future commentary, comic book news, and reviews. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications. If you want to talk comics, movies, and much, much more, you can follow me on Twitter at Wes_from_TC. With that, Salamat Po, and I'm out.